Well, hello again from Juneau. Welcome to this week's newsletter. We have passed the 30-day mark, so we're now in the second two-thirds of the legislative session. Budget is the main topic, and I wanted to draw your attention again to this graph. This graph shows you the expenditures by the various departments, and you see the largest block here is education. That's 31% of the operating budget. The second tallest graph is health and human services. That's 29% of our budget. So the budget has been the main topic that we've been discussing. All the governor's tax proposals are being heard in the various committees of referral. So I just want to assure citizens of that. I know a lot of people are sending me emails saying you need to hear the budget plan from the governor, and we are. I want to also highlight a lot of folks are asking me questions about this income tax proposal that the governor has made. It would take 2 years for that income tax proposal to actually be implemented. It would take that long, plus the hiring of more state employees. 44 full-time employees need to be added and 16 more part-time to implement that tax. And we would not see any revenues from it until 2018. So just letting you know that. There's also a proposal from the governor to increase our gasoline tax. I wanted to let you know that that was heard in Senate Transportation Committee, and they put a sunset date on it, sort of. They said that when a barrel of oil goes back up to $85 per barrel in value, then that tax, the gasoline tax, would be taken away. So those are the kinds of things we're looking at as far as tweaks to the governor's various tax bills. In this newsletter, you're going to get some information about what's called the percent of market value, POMV, a way of managing the earnings reserve account that is generated by the permanent fund. So you'll be able to look that over, hopefully get a little bit more information. I chair the Senate Resources Committee, as you know. We've heard bills this last week, one of which would designate waters in our state as off-limits for development. We've heard some confirmation hearings for Board of Game appointees. John Sturgeon, the gentleman that took his case concerning the jurisdiction of the state of Alaska over our navigable waters, John took this case all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court last month, and we heard from him and the attorneys that worked with him. This week we're going to be looking at a bill that would increase the fish and game fines for violations, also a shellfish hatchery bill, and a mining update. Medicaid reform is a big topic, and I have the pleasure of serving on a special committee addressing Medicaid reform. That committee has drafted a new bill, actually modified a bill that Senator Kelly had introduced. That will come out of our special committee this week, and it will go to the full Senate Finance Committee. I've proposed several modifications to that bill, and my main focus through this whole thing has been how to reduce the cost of health care in Alaska. Not just reduce Medicaid expense, that's huge and would be a big deal for our budget, but for regular Alaskans, we need to address the high cost of health care, and several of my changes to the Medicaid bill would do that for everyone. Lastly, I'm asked often about the Legislative Information Office in Anchorage. The Legislative Council body, that's a House and Senate committee. I don't serve on it, but they are looking at the LIO. They've asked for another study of costs. They expect to have those results by March 10th. So we'll try to keep you updated with these weekly newsletters. I know lots of you enjoy viewing them, so thanks very much, and we'll see you again next week.